Hi guys, it's Chris from Defy the Ocean. Apparently a clown trying to be a music intellectual. And I'm back with another reaction video. And today we're looking at Psychonaut, the story of your enslavement. So it sounds like a very brutal title. I'm expecting a degree of brutality in the music as well. Beyond that, I don't know of Psychonaut. I've never really listened to them or heard of them. So I'm excited to hear something new. And as always, I will be giving you my honest, unfiltered opinion. If you like that sort of thing, then please subscribe. If you don't, well, check out the video and then subscribe anyway, because at some point, I'm going to like the same thing as you will. Right, let's bring this guy up. Psychonaut, the story of your enslavement. Let's give it a go. All right, we've got a lyric video here, which is good, because I can dig into the lyrics a little bit, hopefully. Just before we get into it too deeply, the mix so far seems a little bit disappointing. It just feels a little muted, not quite as punchy as I would expect it to be, but maybe that's just a product of the verse, and that's actually going to change into the chorus. Lyrics, no opinion so far. Let's carry on. Shredded man always bowing down. I like these cleans. Gives me some Mastodon vibes, actually. That's really interesting, actually. I love how the growled vocals are kind of segueing immediately into the clean vocals. They're actually kind of finishing each other's sentence, which is unusual. Usually they're quite distinct parts, but here they're finishing each other's sentence, which is quite nice. It gives this really nice flow to it. Ooh, interesting change. This is really all over the place. In a good way. Definitely some Mastodon vibes here. It's a solid riff. Need to turn it up a bit. I'm warming to the production, actually. It's much closer to a sludge or a doom rock production than a metal production. we've got a middle section here. I'm getting some Mastodon, some Between the Buried and Me. Bit of the Ocean. Okay, there was actually an outro. It wasn't there. It wasn't a middle section. I like the look of that album cover as well. Okay, that was very nice. More interesting than I expected, actually. And I just see, actually now it's come up, that this is on Pelagic Records, so it looks like they may be on the same record label as The Ocean, which is interesting, because I did note that there was maybe some similarity there. Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. I would like to give it another listen to kind of look at it a bit more structurally and kind of break it down and see what they're doing in terms of the song structure. But I really enjoyed to be honest, the clean vocals were the highlight for me in that particular song. The scream vocals were fine, but the melodies and whatnot used with the clean vocals were really were interesting in the genre. They weren't your kind of usual kind of chorus melodies that are kind of almost working at odds with the feel of the song. They were very much in keeping, but like thematically, harmonically, with the mood of the song, which is what you kind of always want to see when you introduce clean vocals into essentially a metal track. The thing that I look out for is to see that the melody doesn't take you tonally or in terms of mood out of the way the song is making you feel up until that point, right? And that can happen a lot when you've got scream vocal verse, sung vocal chorus, scream vocal verse, sung vocal chorus. And the way that they handled this, jumping between the screams and the singing, even finishing each other's sentences, was really interesting and not something I think I've seen before. I'm not sure if it's two singers. I had the feeling that it might be two singers, but I could be mistaken. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Be curious to hear a little more from these guys. Overall, very, very enjoyable. But yeah, I haven't quite got a hold on them yet. I was getting a lot of different influences. I was saying Mastodon 1 minute, Between the Buried and Me another minute, The Ocean the next minute. And I'm wondering if, as I listen to these guys more, will those disparate influences just kind of meld into one, and will I just be presented with the Psychonaut sound? That's kind of a bit of a litmus test for me when I'm listening to something. Is I don't really want to be reminded of the influences of something. I feel that takes away from my enjoyment of stuff. And that could be a very personal thing, because I know other people feel a bit differently about that. But for me, I want to feel like these guys have refined their sound to the point where it is undeniably them and them alone. And that's a very tough thing to do, and it's not something that a lot of bands can do. You know, you look at bands like Tool, right? Tool are an example of a band who have done that very successfully. But then, as soon as another band kind of brings out like a mildly pentatonic staccato riff in 7/4 with a bit of delay on it, you're called a Tool ripoff. So it's difficult. But yeah, like I said, I will give these guys another go and hopefully, learn a bit more about who they are. But overall, thumbs up from me. If you enjoyed that, please hop along to the Discord. The link is below. Subscribe, like, do all that stuff. It really helps get the channel out there in terms of YouTube's algorithm, which is always a difficult thing. And I will hopefully see you again very soon in another reaction. Take it easy.